Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Jiajie Zhang, Dean of the School of Biomedical Informatics at the University of Texas Health Science Center at Houston. It's a great pleasure and honor to welcome all of you, graduating students, relatives and friends, faculty members, staff and guests, to our 2014 Commencement Ceremony. I would first like to introduce to you the individuals who are with us today. I want to ask each person stand as he is introduced. Dr. Robert Robbins, President and CEO of the Texas Medical Center. Dr. Giuseppe Colasurdo, President, the University of Texas Health Science Center at Houston. Dr. George Stansel, Executive Vice President of Academic and Research Affairs, the University of Texas Health Science Center at Houston. Dr. Susan Fenton, Assistant Dean for Academic Affairs, School of Biomedical Informatics. Dr. Elmer Bernstein, Associate Dean for Research, the School of Biomedical Informatics. Mr. Ryan Bain, Associate Dean for Management, School of Biomedical Informatics. Dr. Mohammed Waji, Associate Dean for Technology Services and Informatics, and Associate Professor of the School of Dentistry at UTHealth, and the President of the School of Biomedical Informatics Alumni Association. Please be seated. Thank you all for being with us today. Mr. Ryan Bain will now give the invocation. Please stand.
Almighty God, as we gather on this day of celebration and graduation, we ask and invite your presence, your blessing, and your name to be upon all that is said and done in this place. Today we celebrate the accomplishments of students who have learned and grown as they have longed for this moment. We celebrate the accomplishments of families who have supported their sons and daughters in a variety of ways. We celebrate the accomplishments which are the result of professors who went beyond expectation of peers and demanded the best of their students in their care who did not know how good they could be. We celebrate the accomplishments made possible by mentors who led by example, of spouses who held up tired arms and encouraged low spirits, and of children who waited. In these hard days when we are reminded often of what we cannot do, help us to remember how you have carried us forward. Let angry words not be our mantra, but rather words of celebration, words of joy, and words of hope. We look forward to the possibilities of the future and ask for your ongoing wisdom and guidance. This is our prayer. Amen. Please be seated.
Thank you, Mr. Bain. This is a day of celebrating accomplishment, and I'm very proud of our school's graduates. Please note that I appreciate each of you for your contributions to our school, as well as your current and future contributions to the field of informatics. I would encourage you to stay in touch. It's beneficial to the vitality of the school, and it may prove important for your ongoing career in informatics. I'm proud to share with you a few of SBMI's accomplishments over the past year. Since last spring, we have been very active in faculty recruitment. We added 6 new members to our roster, including Susan Fenton, PhD, RHRA, FAHIMA, joined the school from Texas State University in June of 2013 as assistant professor, and soon thereafter also became the Assistant Dean for Academic Affairs. Trey Tao, PhD, Assistant Professor, joined us from Mayo Clinic in July of 2013. Jing Chun Sun, PhD, Assistant Professor, also joined us last July from Vanderbilt University. And Todd Johnson, PhD, rejoined SBMI as professor last November from the University of Kentucky. Sahidi Mainani, PhD, she was a gifted SBMI doctoral student who graduated last year, joined the faculty as an assistant professor in March of 2014. And James Langerbier, with 2 PhDs and MBA, who has a joint appointment with the medical school's Department of Emergency Medicine, joined SBMI's faculty as professor in March of 2013. In addition, one more faculty member will join us next week on May 12th, and 2 more already confirmed who will join us over the next month or 2. And we are in the process of recruiting 3 more faculty members, hopefully by the end of this calendar year, if we are lucky enough to find some outstanding candidates. The primary mission of the school is education. Biomedical informatics is a rapidly growing academic area, and health information technology is also a rapidly growing industry. And we simply cannot keep up with the demand for trained professionals at every level. The number of applicants enrolling in our program for this coming summer semester increased 40% over last year. In the 2014 edition of Graduate School Ranking and Review, the U.S. News and World Report first time added informatics as one of the emerging hot fields for graduate education. In April of 2013, SBMI hired a part-time coordinator in the Rio Grande Valley area to establish an accelerated 5-year integrated bachelor and master program with University of Texas, Brownsville. I know that with you, all talented graduates, all in the workforce demonstrating added value, the number of people matriculating to our school will continue to rise. Research expenditure at the school set another record last fiscal year of $10 million. New research awards have also been coming to the school at a faster pace, with a total of nearly $6 million in awards since March last year, including a National Cancer Institute grant of nearly $1 million awarded to a SBMI MD Anderson collaboration led by Dr. Albert Bernstein and founder Merrick Bernstein, employing informatics to examine the genetic drivers of cancer with the goal of personalizing patient therapy. A grant from the National Library of Medicine of more than $900,000 awarded to Dr. Trevor Cohen to develop a new technology that can monitor and detect plausible adverse events from electronic medical records. And a $1.3 million grant from the Department of Education to Dr. Sriram Iyengar to employ iPad platform to assess learning in young kids. I'm also happy to report that Dr. Trey Tao has an incoming grant of $1.5 million from the National Library of Medicine to study biomedical ontology. The school continues to foster partnerships within UTHealth, the Texas Medical Center, and elsewhere to raise awareness of the school, enhance its reputation, expand services, and advance student and faculty recruitment. As an example, while fostering our long-time relation with Memorial Hermann. We are also working on partnerships with Harris Health and CHR St. Luke's Health, among others, to provide applied informatics training to qualified employees through SBMI certificate and master's program. Of special significance to the school is a formalized planned gift of $1 million that will establish the James P. Turley Memorial Endowed Scholarship for Global Health at the School of Biomedical Informatics. Jim, please raise your hand. Our gratitude to Dr. Jim Turley, PhD, RN, a retired associate professor at UTHealth School of Biomedical Informatics, and one of the school's founders, for his great generosity and vision in creating such an important legacy for our future students. Jim, thank you so much. On the training front, I would be remiss if I did not reference big data, a topic almost everyone in our field is eager to discuss. As you know, novel research and new tools are needed to manage, integrate, analyze, and draw conclusions from the increasingly large, complex sets of data generated by the biomedical and health sectors. And you and SBMI are at the vanguard of the big data revolution. You couldn't be involved in the field of informatics during a more exciting and dynamic period. As a final note, please remember that SBMI can only realize its true potential through the full participation of our team of faculty, staff, collaborators, volunteer leadership, donors, and most of our students and alumni. As we chart a course of SBMI's future, I feel an enthusiasm and optimism that I hope you share, and I want to enlist your help and support as we work together to build an exceptional school of informatics that will benefit the health of our community and the world beyond. This, I believe, is our true legacy, and one that we can only build together. Thank you. Thank you all, and now let's continue in this celebration of achievement. To this end, I would like to introduce Dr. Rafiq Yusuf, the president of our school's student governance organization. Dr. Yusuf will present the John P. McGovern Outstanding Teaching Award.
Thank you, Dr. Zhang. Good evening, everyone. The John P. McGovern Outstanding Teacher Award is presented annually to a faculty member who not only provides information, but also substantially contributes to the student's ability to think critically. The recipient must cultivate students' confidence in the roles for which they are being educated, while stimulating their further quest for knowledge and ongoing professional development. Three nominations were submitted this year by the student body. At this time, I would like to recognize the faculty who were nominated. Will you please stand and remain standing until the names have been called? The nominees are Dr. Amy Franklin, Dr. Yan Gong, and Dr. Todd Johnson. Please congratulate all of these outstanding faculty nominees. Thank you. Please be seated. In submitting their nominations, students were asked to explain how the faculty member, 1, demonstrates deep knowledge of their area of expertise, 2, sustained enthusiasm for teaching, 3, continued interest in understanding students. 4, responded quickly to student questions. And 5, encouraged independent thinking. Once again, I want to congratulate all of our fine nominees. And now, the moment of truth. The recipient of the 2014 John P. McGovern Outstanding Teaching Award is Dr. Yang. Congratulations, Dr. Yang. Yes. Could you please come to the podium to accept your award?
This is great. First of all, I want to congratulate for all graduates for successful completion of your degree program, also your ongoing career of health informatics. Exactly 7 years ago, I had my commencement at the same auditorium here for my PhD in health informatics. So it's a quite long journey in academia, starting as a doctoral student to become a faculty member and to win such an excellent award of teaching. So this is a milestone for me to continuously improve my teaching quality and to interact with my student with enthusiasm and encouragement. So I want to thank my students for their interaction and contribution in my classes. Their feedback helps a lot for me to improve the course design and teaching quality. And I want to thank them for their support of the award. I also want to share the credit with my former SBMI instructors, mentors, and the current faculty colleagues who has a great impact on my teaching philosophy in health informatics. Similar to telemedicine and electronic medical record, distance learning and online technology have become essential in nowadays education of health informatics. So the excellent teaching won't be possible without the support from the academic affair and IT help desk at SBMI. And last but not least, I want to express my gratitude to my family for their unconditional love and perpetual support. Once again, congratulations.
Thank you, Dr. Gang. I believe all of you will agree. This is a great day. As graduating students, you have applied yourselves with diligence and discipline to attain your academic goals. And the faculty and I want to recognize you and your family for your many sacrifices and achievements on this day. With each important milestone in life, including this one, we should pause to remember the debt of gratitude we owe to those who helped us along the way. Today, if at all possible, I hope you will make it a point to express your appreciation to those who have been instrumental to your success. And as SBMI alumni, I trust you will aspire and aid others in reaching their goals throughout your careers. In a spirit of gratitude and community, to which we shall all aspire, I want to acknowledge the life and contributions of a wonderful alumnus and faculty member, Dr. Noriaki Aoki, who died suddenly at the age of 47 in January of this year. You will learn more about Dr. Noriaki Aoki in a moment, but now I would like to read from a deeply moving letter written by Dr. Bob Beck from the Fox Chase Cancer Center, who was Dr. Aoki's first American mentor. This note expresses the value of relationships, the power of informatics, and just how closely our lives are linked. Dr. Bob Beck was the Chief Information Officer at Baylor College of Medicine and the interim director for the Texas Medical Center Library before he moved on to Fox Chase to become the Chief Academic Officer and the Chief Medical Information Officer over there. Dear friends of Dr. Aoki, I was shocked and deeply saddened to learn of Nori's untimely death in early January. Dr. Aoki came to my program at Baylor College of Medicine in 1997 to study clinical decision science as a postdoc fellow, supported by home institution in Japan. He arrived with existing interest in emergency medicine and disaster preparedness, and quickly got to work on several manuscripts while developing his skills in decision science and biomedical informatics. We ended up with 14 papers together. A lifelong student, Nori was working on a PhD at Kyoto University under Tsugawa Fukui in clinical epidemiology and decision science when we began our collaborations. While a postdoc with me, he started at the University of Texas School of Biomedical Informatics as a master's candidate, pursuing 2 degrees at once. Not to be stopped in his scholarly activities, he began work to establish the Center for Health Service Outcomes Research and Development in Japan, called CORD-J. With his 2007 MBA in medical management, Nori may hold the record for number of advanced degrees for a decision scientist. When I visited him in Japan, Nori was always surrounded by eager students. We would renew our friendship at Society for Medical Decision-Making meetings, where I would marvel at the continued breadth and depth of his activities. An abiding interest centered on emergency preparedness in Japan and in adapting decision science techniques to disasters, trauma, and terrorism. In all of these areas, Nori was making a difference and working for a safer and better world. Dr. Noriaki Aoki's passing leaves a void in our academic communities of informatics and decision sciences. Let us honor his memory by dedicating our scholarship to improving society in his stead. With warmest regards and respect, J. Robert Beck, MD. Thank you all for allowing me to share Bob Beck's letter with you. I would only add that Dr. Noriaki Aoki exemplifies all that is good in the informatics community and our SBMI family. Although he was always focused on working with others to achieve revolutionary changes in healthcare through informatics, Dr. Aoki was always eager to mentor and help students, and forever open to a new collaboration or next great idea. SBMI graduates, like Dr. Noriaki Aoki, you are a member of the transformational informatics community. As you make your contribution to the field of informatics, remember that although life is short, each day we are creating our legacy. Let's make it a proud one. Thank you. And now I want to introduce our SBMI Alumnus and Alumni Association President, Dr. Mohammad Waji, who is also the Associate Dean for Technology Services and Informatics and Associate Professor at UTHealth School of Dentistry. Dr. Waji will present SBMI's 2014 Distinguished Award for Alum.
Thank you very much, Dr. Zhang. The UTHealth School of Biomedical Informatics Alumni Association was established as an important arm of SBMI. Every single graduate who walks today will become an ambassador for our school in the field of informatics, as well as a member of the SBMI Alumni Association. While we're celebrating your achievements today, fellow graduates, we will also be celebrating the outstanding contributions to informatics made by one of our SBMI alumni. In a unanimous decision, the SBMI Alumni Association nominating committee voted to posthumously honor one of our outstanding alumni. As you may have surmised, that individual is Dr. Noriaki Aoki. Dr. Aoki, or Nori, as he's affectionately known, was a faculty member at UTHealth School of Biomedical Informatics, formerly the School of Health Information Sciences, for more than 11 years. A board-certified physician in internal and acute medicine in Japan, he completed his postdoctoral research in decision science and medical informatics at Baylor College of Medicine in Houston. Subsequently, he received an MS in informatics from SBMI in 2001, and he joined its faculty for one year later. Dr. Aoki was also the first Schull Institute scholar. Dr. Aoki was a leader in clinical informatics and decision support system research for emergency medicine. He established the Center for Health Outcomes Research and Development in Japan, or CORD-J, and served as an adjunct faculty member at several Japanese universities. Dr. Aoki's seminal efforts resulted in major changes in prefecture-level community healthcare planning and emergency and trauma care in Japan. He was responsible for designing, developing, and operating a prefecture-wide, emergency-wide information system called eMatch, through which performance measures are continuously assessed in order to improve patient safety and quality in the emergency room. To commemorate Nori's life, we recently established the Dr. Noriaki Aoki Fund at SBMI to benefit outstanding students by addressing a broad spectrum of needs. I'm very happy to announce that to date, the fund has garnered more than $45,000 in support. At this time, I'm very pleased to call to the stage an SBMI alumna who worked closely with Dr. Aoki in Japan, Shoko Miyagawa, MS PhD, who's a trustee of CORD-J, also associate professor at Keio University, Faculty of Nursing and Medical Care. My esteemed fellow alum, Dr. Miyagawa, would you please come to the podium and accept SBMI's 2014 Distinguished Alum Award on behalf of Dr. Noriaki Aoki and his family.
Thank you. On behalf of Dr. Noriaki Aoki and his family, I want to express my appreciation for this posthumous award honoring our dear colleague and friend. He would have been so pleased to receive this award, and his wife Yukie and two sons Shoya and Toya will display it with great pride. I believe this award will encourage his young children to proceed their studies and to develop their career in the future. I also feel great hope in the fact that his work is commemorated and carried on as a fund for students who aim to learn and develop health informatics studies. Nori was truly dedicated to the school, and I want to thank you again for this fitting acknowledgement of his contributions to SBMI. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Miyagawa. Dr. Aoki, you were taken from us too soon, but your work will continue. Your family and colleagues will always revere you, and you will never be forgotten. Now I would ask Dr. Amber Bernstein to come to the stage to recognize the awards for the students.
Thank you. And now to recognize our current students who have received fellowships or scholarship awards this academic year. Please hold your applause until all of the students have been recognized. The Gulf Coast Consortium National Library of Medicine Fellow is Gary Walker, MD. The Gulf Coast Consortium Agency for Healthcare Research and Quality Fellows are Gina De Cruz, Sina Madani, Shalaha Manon, and Vicky Nguyen. The Schul Institute Scholar is Claire Lowe. The CPRIT, or Cancer Prevention Research Institute of Texas Scholar, is Sahidi Meneni. And the Sjord Stunebrink Scholarship recipients are Barbara Berkowick, Craig Harrington, Min Jiang. And the Doris Ross Merit-Based Scholarship recipients are Gail Olin, Divakar Rogath, Jigwo Yu, Rafiq Yusuf, and Zhen Zhang. The Willerson Endowed Scholarship recipient is Jianbo Lei. And the SBMI New Student Scholarship recipients are Rosa Alaman, Aimer Al-Mutayri, Evan Bernard, Minal Desai, Kavus Ailami, Leo Geresu, Sharon Green, Angel Guevara, Michelle Hagan, Katrina Howard, and Haiyan Lee. Jijun Lee, Amir Majar, Amit Mehta, Diana Mora, Robert Peinert, Nicholas Poole, Andrea Reynosa, Ajis Sunny, my apologies, Lillian Tercios, Luann Wing, and Cheryl Yanga. Please congratulate these worthy awardees with our applause. Thank you. Dr. Zhang.
Now, it's with considerable pleasure and pride that I introduce this year's commencement speaker to you. Since his arrival as president and CEO of the Texas Medical Center on November 5th, 2012, you may have seen Dr. Robert Robbins briefly as he ran to his next meeting, or perhaps you noted his presence in the TMC news. In any event, if you can successfully clone a human being, I'm certain he would be very interested in speaking with you after our ceremony. In his previous life, Dr. Robbins was professor and chairman of the Department of Cardiothoracic Surgery at Stanford University School of Medicine, where he also served as director of the Stanford Cardiovascular Institute, the Heart, Lung, and Heart Transplantation programs, the Cardiothoracic Transplantation Laboratory, an internationally recognized cardiac surgeon who has focused his clinic and research efforts on acquired cardiac diseases. He has lectured widely and published more than 292 peer-reviewed articles. Dr. Robbins' formal education and training are most impressive. He earned a bachelor's degree in chemistry from Millsaps College in 1979, a medical degree from the University of Mississippi in 1983. After completing general surgical training at the University of Mississippi in 1989 and cardiothoracic training at Stanford University in 1992, he undertook postdoc research at Columbia University and the National Institute of Health, followed by congenital heart surgical fellowships at Emory University and Royal Children's Hospital. Over the course of a long and distinguished career, Dr. Robbins has served in leadership roles with prestigious organizations and companies that are too numerous to mention. I can tell you, however, that he currently sits on the boards of the Ronald McDonald House, the Texas Medical Center, of course, the Greater Houston Partnership, the Greater Houston Convention and Visitors Bureau, the Houston Academy of Medicine Texas Medical Center Library, the Houston Technology Center, and the Friends of Houston Academy of Medicine Texas Medical Center Library, among many other institutions. Dr. Robert Robbins is currently involved in an exciting, comprehensive strategic planning for the Texas Medical Center. And through the implementation of this plan, he will build the reputation of all Texas Medical Center institutions, while strengthening our efforts and impact through collaborations. He is a true visionary and knows firsthand the value of informatics. Please welcome our friend and one of the busiest men I know, Dr. Robert Robbins. Bobby?
Thank you, Dr. Zhang, for inviting me to speak today. Good afternoon, graduates, and congratulations for a job well done. Your social network probably know this better than I do, but your social network consists of the individuals that you choose to spend time with outside of work or school, and those individuals that you go to when you have important decisions to make. I would like to publicly thank and acknowledge the members of your social network, many of you who are here today, for all their contributions that have helped you to get where you are today. I think you need to especially thank your parents because, of course, without them, you wouldn't be here. And also for those of you who have spouses and family, your spouses and your children, because I'm sure that over the years they've supported you emotionally, spiritually, as well as in many cases financially. The world is rapidly changing in many complex and exciting ways, and the landscape of health delivery is a domain that is changing and will directly impact each of your careers. Our healthcare system will move away from the long-standing fee-for-service model, where the providers are rewarded for high volumes of complex, procedurally oriented care like heart operations, to a system that will be incentivized by the highest quality of care at the lowest cost with the best customer service. These, of course, are basic guiding principles of every successful business, and they're long overdue for the healthcare industry. The hope is that we will change the paradigm from one of sick care to a system of wellness care. This will require a truly interdisciplinary team of wellness care providers, of which you will assume ever-increasing roles of importance. Remember, it took 10 years and several $billion to map the human genome of one person back in 2001. And today, that same test can be performed in several days for $1,000. Estimates are that this will be a 2-hour test that will cost about $50 within the next decade and will be used to guide routine diagnostic and therapeutic decisions in the future. This entirely new area of personalized or precision medicine will be especially important to you as the field of bioinformatics continues to rapidly evolve and mature. The science of sequencing genomic material has in 10 short years become a commodity. The next phase of personalized or precision medicine will require the analysis of large population and individual massive data sets to better understand how phenotypic and genomic data can be used for diagnostic, therapeutic, and predictive strategies to improve health. Life is all about timing, and you have chosen a field that will be the key to unlocking many of the mysteries of human disease. For instance, the field of regenerative medicine is also rapidly changing, especially when one considers that iPS cells were not even conceived a decade ago, and that Professor Yamanaka was awarded the Nobel Prize just 2 years ago for the discovery of iPS cells. It's my opinion that the use of iPS cells for drug discovery and to plan individual treatment options will require the analysis of complex data, and you will have numerous opportunities to be an integral part of this emerging field as well. You've had the good fortune to train in a school that was created over 40 years ago from a forward-looking vision of people like Dr. Turley, that bioinformatics would indeed play a major role in the world. You've lived to see how important your vision was. Congratulations, and thank you for your vision. I focused on, since my arrival to the Texas Medical Center, on trying in a small way to promote collaborations across the 54 member institutions that comprise the Texas Medical Center. The domains of health policy, genomics, regenerative medicine, innovation and commercialization, and clinical trials are horizontally integrated across the vertically integrated disease clusters of cancer, cardiovascular, neurological, and immune-mediated diseases. Bioinformatics science intersects all of these domains in the z-axis, if you will, of this complex matrix, and is a vitally important platform that advances the discovery in life sciences on a daily basis. Just imagine the day when all the phenotypic data from the 7.2 million annual patient visits to the Texas Medical Center will be shared in a single repository and integrated with genomic information. This will be a powerful cooperative that could lead the world in discovering new knowledge that will help to improve the health of humanity. This is a treasure trove for all of you, and I hope that you will choose to remain in Houston to help make the Texas Medical Center the world's premier locale for the life sciences. Some of you will choose academic careers, some of you will go to work in hospitals, some will choose to go to work for large pharmaceutical or health information technology companies. And my hope is that a few of you will stay in Houston, become entrepreneurs, and will invent new companies that will produce innovative, value-added IT health solutions, such as novel digital health platforms for the management of patients with chronic diseases, for instance. Finally, my hope for you is that despite all the negative things that we all know about the world today, we're truly fortunate to live in the greatest country in the world, and the future is bright and exciting. The old axiom, too much is given, much is expected, certainly applies to all of you. You have been given the opportunity to play a major role in defining the future of healthcare and life science innovation, and all of you have taken advantage of this opportunity by doing the enormous amount of hard work that has gotten you to this point in your life. You should all be very proud of what you have achieved, and this ceremony is designed to acknowledge and celebrate your accomplishments. You have arrived here today because of the love and support of your families have provided you, the mentorship and coaching that your social network has given you, and the instruction and challenges that your professors have provided you. Now it's time to go forward and to leverage all of those assets that you possess to achieve a long and productive life for you and your families. I also hope that you will seek the opportunity to make the world a better place through service to others in your workplaces, your communities, your places of worship, and other organizations. Become mentors to others. Develop leadership skills. Make a difference in the lives of others that need and will benefit from the time, talents, and resources that you all possess. I encourage each of you to maintain a sense of intellectual curiosity that will permit you to grow as a professional and a person. Although we live in a high-tech, fast-paced world of instant gratification, please do not forget that we also need to live in a world of high touch where we can deliver science to humanity, one patient at a time. Thank you for the opportunity to share this special day with you. Congratulations to each of you for being an MVP, just like Kevin Durant. And don't forget to thank your families, especially your mothers, for all that they have done for you and for being your MVP. Thank you very much.
Dr. Robbins, thank you for being with us today and your inspiring address. Now, will our candidates for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Health Informatics and the candidates for the degree of Master of Science in Health Informatics at UTHealth School of Biomedical Informatics please rise. President Colasurdo, on behalf of the faculty and the UTHealth School of Biomedical Informatics, it is my pleasure to certify to you that the candidates who stand before you have successfully completed all academic requirements for either the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Health Informatics or the degree of Master of Science in Health Informatics.
Well, our Chancellor and Board of Regents asked me to use the highest technology modality, especially for SBMI, so here I am. By virtue of the authority vested by the State of Texas Board of Regents of the University of Texas System and delegated by them to me, I now confer upon each of you the degree of Doctor of Philosophy of Health Informatics and the degree of Master of Science in Health Informatics, for which you have been recommended with all right, privileges, responsibility, and obligation. Congratulations to all of you.
We will now have Dr. Susan Fenton call forth the graduates.
Will the master's students please come forward as your name is called? Taiwo Akinwande. Advisors are Dr. Cohen and Dr. Brixey. State of the Science paper, Systematic Review of Literature and Published Work on Medical Error Recovery. John Banks. Advisor, Dr. Brixey, Capstone Project, Integrative Review of Telemedicine, Impact to Healthcare Access and Diabetes Outcomes. Gwendolyn Broby. Advisor, Dr. Brixey, Capstone Project, What's App with Mobile Health, A New Paradigm for Healthcare. John D. Calhoun. Advisor, Dr. Iyengar, State of the Science paper, Healthcare Informatics and Process Support for Human Space Flight Operations. Jennifer Fox. Advisor, Dr. Brixey, Capstone Project, What's App with Mobile Health, A New Paradigm for Healthcare. Rodney Howell. Advisors, Dr. Siddig, Dr. Franklin, Dr. Singh, and Dr. Fenton. State of the Science paper, Safer Assessments, Field Study of the System Interfaces and Patient Identification Assessment Guidelines. Santosh Joshi. Advisor, Dr. Brixey. Capstone Project, Health Information Exchange, a review of the literature examining the definition as it relates to meaningful use stage 2, evaluating barriers and motivators to participation among primary care practices, and assessing factors for successful implementation. Derek Meeks. Advisors, Dr. Siddig and Dr. Singh. State of the Science paper, Electronic Health Record Related Patient Safety Events. Nasim Rezanijad. Advisor, Dr. Brixey. Capstone Project, Barriers in the Electronic Health Record Implementation Process, a systematic review of the literature. Andrew Saldana. Advisor, Dr. Brixey. Capstone Project, Mobile Devices in Healthcare, a review of the literature. Ruth Ungerer. Advisor, Dr. Brixey. Capstone Project, Health Information Exchange, a review of the literature examining the definition as it relates to meaningful use stage 2, evaluating barriers and motivators to participation among primary care practices, and assessing factors for successful implementation. Charles Van Dyne. Advisor, Dr. Brixey. Capstone Project, WhatsApp with Mobile Health, a new paradigm for healthcare. Gary Walker. Advisors, Dr. Sittig and Dr. Bernstam. State of the Science paper, Factors associated with radiation therapy incidents in a large academic institution. Payman Zabihi Nuri. Advisors, Dr. Gong and Dr. Brixey. State of the Science paper, Reporting Health Information Technology Errors, an analysis of adverse events reported to the U.S. Food and Drug Administration. Will the doctoral students please come forward as your name is called? Will the faculty advisors for Sina Madani please come to the front? Sina Madani. Faculty mentor, Dr. Sittig. Additional faculty advisors, Dr. Dyne, Dr. Jordan, Dr. Merhaji, and Dr. Zhu. Dissertation title, Development and Evaluation of an Ontology-Based Quality Metrics Extraction System. Will the faculty advisors for Sahidi Manani please come to the front? Sahidi Manani. Faculty mentor, Dr. Cohen. Additional advisors, Dr. Fujimoto, Dr. Iyengar, and Dr. Zhang. Dissertation title, Attributing Meaning to Online Social Network Analysis for Tailored Socio-Behavioral Support Systems. Congratulations, new alums. We celebrate your achievements and those of your fellow students who could not attend the commencement ceremony today.
Graduates, you may now move your tassel from the right to the left. Congratulations. Congratulations on receiving your degrees in health informatics. Please give our graduates another round of applause. Please be seated. Now I would like to ask Dr. Maddie Reyes to the podium to present the Palsy Board Award for Excellence in Student Research.
Thank you, Dr. Zhang. The Student Governance Organization recognizes outstanding student research efforts through the Paul C. Boyle Award for Excellence in Student Research. The award is given to an individual or first author in student informatics research. A 9-person panel composed of SBMI alumni, students, faculty determines the winner of this award. These individual judges judge all school poster sessions projects during an academic year. The recipients of the Paul C. Boyle Award for Excellence in Student Research for the fall 2013 semester are Taiwo Akinwandi, Craig Harrington, and Rodney Howell for their poster entitled Online Quiz Taking, Content Mastery versus Guessing Strategies. Craig Harrington will be accepting the award on behalf of this group. If you guys could give them a round of applause, that'd be great. And Craig, before I give you this award, the recipient of the Paul C. Boyle Award for Excellence in Student Research for the spring 2014 semester is again Craig Harrington for his poster entitled An Ontology for Clinical Workflow. Please come to the podium and let me give you this award. Congratulations again.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I would now ask that all members of the School of Biomedical Informatics faculty and adjunct faculty please rise so that we may acknowledge your collective efforts in educating our graduates. Please be seated. Now, will all the family members and friends of our graduates please stand so that we may acknowledge your patience and support of their efforts. I would like to take this opportunity to thank Dr. Giuseppe Colasurdo for being with us today to confer the degrees upon your graduates. Dr. Robbins for playing such an important role into this ceremony, other leaders within UTHealth, the faculty and the staff of the School of Biomedical Informatics who have worked so diligently to make this ceremony a success, and most importantly, our students and alumni, without whom we would not be here today to celebrate this happy occasion. I ask that the audience please remain seated until the graduates, faculty, and the platform party have completed the ceremony. We will now conclude our commencement ceremony with the recessional. Please join us at the Dean's reception across the hallway on the other side. Thank you so much.